Repeating, please mark your attendance and confirm, please. Are you guys able to see the screen with the interview etiquette listings? Right. All right. So, have you marked your attendance? Right. We did discuss something, about interview skills yesterday. Just go through this list and let me know if there is anything that we missed yesterday. Just go through the list and tell me what are the things that we need to discuss again. Hello. Yes. Did we miss out on anything? Yes. What is it? Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, that does not apply for campus hiring. If you are attending interview elsewhere, then once the interview is over, once you're back home, once you're on the way, maybe send an email, not a message, not a WhatsApp message or anything. Send an email to them, thanking them for the time, thanking them for considering your profile for the interview, something like that. A thank you note. So that goes a long way. That will make them remember that you attended the interview and they will consider you further. There is a possibility. It's not that they will hire you. It's just that it's a reminder for them. So you send a thank you note. That's something which you can do, and it's also a basic courtesy. Right. We missed out on one more thing. Can anyone point that out, please? Guys, we did not discuss one of the listed points. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. What do you think that is? Take the water. What do I mean by that? Superman, 100 marks for you. Right. Now, now, why should we? Sorry, da. Okay, that is a difference. Take the water. I literally mean water. If it is anything else, if it is like a coffee, tea, something else, if they offer that, it is up to you. You know, you can either say okay, thank you, or you can say no, thank you. So it's up to you. But then when it comes to water, always take it. It's actually better. There are a couple of reasons for that. One is you may end up needing water during the course of the interview. You don't have to ask them then. If you already have it in a glass in front of you, you can take a sip or two whenever you want to. Otherwise, you may have to ask them, or it will look, you rejected first and then you asking again. It might look little bad. So always accept water if they offer you. And the second reason is when they are asking questions and you want to think for a moment, not for a minute. I'm not talking in minutes, I'm talking few moments. Then this is a property that you can use. You can take the glass of water, slowly take a sip and keep it down. And by that time, you would have gotten 3 to 5 seconds, which is enough for you to, recollect what to, or how to answer that question. So you can use that. So this is some of the reasons why you always take water. At times, coffee, tea too. Yes. Anything else we have to discuss here, guys? Can I take it as a no? Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, dress code. Do we have in general any questions related to dress code? Anything, guys? Absolutely yes. Yeah. See, usually you can avoid black, but then for men it is totally different call. So for women, it depends on the texture. It depends on what is the design that you use in black and stuff. But then for guys, I don't think black shirt is an option for an interview. It's a strict no. For girls, it's totally different. You can wear black, but then be subtle about it. Don't have gaudy designs, loud designs, drastic color changes. If it is black, if it can be as much into a plain black or minimal of designs, then it is fine. Anything bright mixed with black is a strict no. The reason is you can't seem to project the dressing more than yourself. So you will have to be very careful. Subtle is the way to go. Be pleasant. um, don't just make your dress more than yourself. The interview is always about you, but then it doesn't mean you can't be, properly groomed, properly dressed. You have to be doing that. And then just that what you're wearing is absolutely vital. Adai padi, sorry, all padi, adai padi. That's how it is. Just don't make you know the dressing more than yourself. Just don't be too attractive in terms of, என்னம்மா இவ்வளோ கலர் கலரா இருக்கு அப்படின்ற மாதிரி வரக்கூடாது. So just ensure that you, even if you wear a dark, bright color, dark color, whatever it is, it has to be subtle. For the gens here, for the gentlemen, please ensure it is either white or something lighter blue. Maybe a light pink, a light green. Try to avoid greens anyways. See, the maximum that you can experiment during an interview is a dark blue, right? Nothing more. Even if you want to wear a dark color, wear a blue dark, dark blue. Nothing, no, nothing else, please. Don't experiment there. But my advice is go for a white shirt or a light blue one for the guys, and for both the genders, properly. If you are wearing a belt or something, just ensure the belt is not torn or something. Shoes are polished, and you use your deodorant to the right amount. Don't make it too strong, and carry a tissue or a handkerchief. That's something which you need at the time of emergencies. So that's about it. For guys, please ensure you're ready with a couple of shirts on the lighter colors. Anything else here? And right fit. The shirt can't be too loose or too tight. It has to be proper. Your semi-casuals, casuals, avoid them. Try to use proper formal shirts and pants for the interviews. Your trendy pants, which are very tight these days, or it ends just above the ankle, avoid them. They are not for professional situations. Your pants must be proper pants. என்னடா இவ்வளோ ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக சொல்கிறாருன்னா, that's something which I find unprofessional. If you go for trend more than being professional, being professional is a key. Anything else? Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Right. Look at these questions and point out which question needs to be discussed. Let me know. We'll discuss that. Are you guys reading the questions? Okay. Just point out the questions that, yes. Why do you want a job? Why should we hire you? I think I've discussed this in my previous classes for PC. I think I've discussed this. I'll repeat the same thing. This is a question where the answer is very easy. Why should we hire you? Right? So, what do you think? Why do you want this job? Why do you want this job is as simple as, you know, எதுக்கு வேலைக்கு போற, right? In Tamil. Imagine this question being asked. You did your school, you chose a field, you started your engineering, now you are about to complete it. and you want to start a career, all your life you always have an answer why you should do this, right? Why, what is the next step in your life? What is it that you want to achieve in your life? um, do you want to work, or do you want to build a career in terms of business? Whatever it is, you always had an idea. Maybe you would not have shared it with anyone, maybe you wouldn't have implemented anything related to that, but then you always had an idea. Yeah, think about this for a moment. I mean, think about that for a moment. Whatever you wanted to do, whatever you wish to do, have you done that? If yes, okay, then your answer will be what do you want next. That will be the answer that you give for why do you want this job. அடுத்து என்ன வேணும் உங்களுக்கு? You want to study, or you want to go for a job, you want to build a career, right? You want to start earning, you want to take care of a family. It could be anything. Why do you want this job, right? But in the question la, why do you want a job illa, why do you want this job? This, that's important. Then you will have to start thinking about what is the job about, what is the opportunity about, what is the work that you will be performing if you join there. So that is something which you need to know, and your answer will be based on that. You should probably tell them, I'm interested in this particular field, I'm interested in this particular profile. I understand this is what this profile does. இது எப்ப சொல்லுவீங்க? Unless otherwise you read through the JD, right? You won't know. You need to know the job description. Once you read through the job description, then you decide what is your interest mentioned in that. Is there anything that you are interested in the job description, and then you can talk about it. That is how you build an answer for why do you want this job. It is not about salary, it is not about your family, it is not something else. It is about the job role, the profile, the job description. Clear? Right. Any other questions? Yes. Hmm. Okay. Right. See, when this is a question that is, you can be rest assured that this will be asked 80% of the time. What will you answer? So I'm asking you this question. What is your plan for the plan in the next 5 years? No idea? See, yes, yes, yes. Go on. Yeah, that's, see, that you can't say that. That is a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. There are many people who don't stay in the company for 5 years or up to 5 years. They will leave in 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. But then that's okay. But then you don't have to mention that in an interview, man. During an interview, the reason this question is asked, um, I have couple of reasons to ask this question. One is to basically test your ability to be in an organization for a longer time and expect something and grow. That's the idea. But then, if you are going to tell them that I'll be in some other organization, or I'll be traveling abroad, I'll do my higher studies, then you are actually telling the interviewer that you are not planning for a career with them. You're planning for a short arrangement, a short durations, plan with them. So you will come there, work there for a few months, get the training, and then you may leave. So you actually end up utilizing their resources, even though they give you a salary. They will be spending on training, they'll be spending on the job training and everything. And you take every training, and you're not even planning to give them back. That's the idea that you're projecting. If you are going to tell them that you are planning for a move to another company and stuff, something like that, that is not an answer that you can give in an interview. They'll clearly reject you. So you'll have to tell them 5 years, maybe technically strong. I want to become a subject matter expert. I want to be the technical go-to guy. something like that. But definitely not about salary. Don't tell them that I want this salary in 5 years. Can I? And one more thing, can I? Tell them that I want to be in a team handling position. Yes, you can, but then be subtle about it. Don't just say 5 years. I want. Yes. Yeah. Any other question that we need to discuss? Yeah, yeah. But then you don't have to be specifically telling them that I will be in your company, I will be dedicated, loyalty. No, அந்த மாதிரிலாம் சொல்லிடாதீங்க. Just give them an answer so that it is an underlying message, not the main message. Main message should be about your learning, about becoming good at your technical stuff, learning a particular technology, something like that. Relate yourself there, and then the underlying message will be by 5 years you would have learned all these things from their organization, and you will try to give back to the organization all your technical superiority. You give them back, and then be a mentor, be a subject matter expert. You can use all these terms, but don't directly tell them I will be in your company for 5 years. Nobody believes that. Any other questions? Ah, see, this is a question for which you should have at least two questions two to three questions to ask them. How will you do that? What are the how will you get questions right? There is only one way to do that. You do your research about the organization that you are attending interview, and you do the research about the industry itself. Okay, unless you do the research about the company and the industry, you will not come up with any questions. The reason is, once you start doing some research in the sense, you just read through their website. Once you read it, you will have doubts about it. You can't understand everything that is there in the website. So you note down those points. You can carry that sheet along with you, and then you can open the paper and then read your questions from there. That's absolutely fine. Okay, which means you have done your research and you didn't understand something and you're asking them. So how many questions should I have when I start the interview? You should have at least 6 to 10 questions in hand. The reason why I'm telling you this is, by the time you start you will have 6 7 questions in hand, but then once the interview is almost over, almost most of the questions would have been already answered by them, right, during your conversation. So you are left with maybe one or two questions for you to ask. So, and that's why you should have at least 6 to 10 questions in ready, and then you ask those questions that are not already answered. So that's how you go for you prepare yourself for, do you have any questions for me? If you don't ask anything there, if the interviewer is asking, do you have any questions for me, and you have nothing to ask, which means you have not done your research, and that is a negative. You should always have some questions to ask, and these questions most probably should not be a one word answer from them. They should explain in detail. Remember in class I told you, told whoever I came to, in PC, or maybe in the past, I clearly told you guys, asking questions is the most difficult form of communication. Asking questions where the person answering will have to explain in detail, that is the hardest part. Asking such questions, so prepare yourself, have a lot of questions. Hmm. Okay, it is, um, almost similar answer for like why should we hire you. You at any point of time when people are asking you why should I hire you, why should I hire you because that other person seems to have better credentials, they're going to compare, but you can't compare, you can't know what the skill sets are for the about that person. And if you are saying that that person's skill set is less than you, then they will the interviewer will ask you, so are you saying my ability to assess skill set of the candidates is less than yours, so you can't actually compare even though they compare, right? So what will be the answer? You will come up with your positives, your strengths, and your abilities, your skills. You will talk about that, but you will explain how you come up with those strengths. Let's say you're coming up with a strength, right? You're saying this is my strength. How will you prove that that is your strength, right? If I'm listening to you and you're saying your strength is your perseverance, right? You're just saying my positives are, my strengths are my perseverance, I'm a hard worker, right? You're stopping that. How will I believe you? Why should I believe you? Unless otherwise you prove me that you are a person uh, who has those strengths. How will you prove that? From your life. You go back in time, think about what all your achievements are, and then pick up your points from there. You would have achieved something. Not there is no achievement in யாருமே சொல்ல முடியாது. There is some achievement from your life, but these achievement need not be huge. It can be small achievements, right? You won something, you won a competition in school, okay? Then that you can relate to some positives, and then you can share it in the interview. So maybe this, yeah, the maybe the story is not great stories like that you actually publish a book about, but then these are positives from your life. You are telling them that this is my positive, this is my strength, this is my ability, and see this is proven again and again in my life. I have done this, and hence I'm proving the interviewer that I have these strengths, and this is the example of my strength. So that's how you go about it. Yeah. Okay, everyone will have weakness, ma. Just that when you are talking about your weakness, ensure you also have a way around, overcoming that weakness. நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா எனக்கு என்னோட weakness, I know my weakness, but at the same time I know how to overcome those weakness, and this is how I overcome these weakness. That's your answer. You just can't say, yeah, you just can't say I'm a lazy person and leave it at that. You will also tell them, I know my weakness, and this is how I am overcoming my weaknesses. This is a technique that I use, and it helps, and it has helped. இதுக்கு ஒரு example சொல்லலாம். It's up to you. Yeah. Any other questions? This is again on the research. You do your research, make 3 or 4 points exactly for the answering this question. So one could be the company's market reach, market share. The other could be so many people working there. The other one could be your friends already, your seniors, your cousins, your relatives, someone working there, and or for that matter, you read about it and you heard about them. Anything, but then you should have some points where you can talk about couple of facts, like they won some awards, right? They picked up on this particular project which other companies could not, right? They delivered a product which is superior to, you'll have to learn about the company a little bit, and only then you can answer. And don't tell them that this company is nearby your home, so it is easy for you to reach. Don't give them such answers. Start a company in the sense, then you can say something like, I'm always wondered how a startup works, and I've always seen how startups grow into huge brands. For example, Flipkart was a startup a few years back, and now they are one of the biggest names, and they are one of the $1 billion organizations. Similarly, I wish to contribute to a smaller startup, and then hopefully in the near future the company will be huge, and I'll be part of this story where we started up and then we became so big. I was part of it, and I'll feel the proud in myself. I'll be having this pride all my life, where I was part of an startup, and then it grew big. So that is something which you can answer on your own. You don't have to be about it. Doesn't have to be the history of the company at all. Okay, we'll again touch upon these questions Monday. But how many of you are planning to have their session today, group discussion? One second. Sorry, Anesh, I was unable to check your messages. So, can we have long hair for interviews? Mr. Kishore, definitely no, da. Sorry about it. The reason why I'm saying that is the reason why I'm saying that is once you once you are a student, right? You are a student right now, and you are planning to join somewhere through a campus hiring or as a fresher. Then it is always better to not have long hair, not have a beard and stuff. But once you're in an organization and moving on to the next organization, then it is up to you. The reason is, then you will have an idea about how the industry works and what is the industry expectations, and you will be more professional to groom yourself properly. But as of now, it's a strict no to have long hair. It's a strict no for a beard. Right. Okay. I can't hear you clearly, sir. Pravina, sorry about it. I'm just checking the message now. Right. How many teams today? Karthik, right? Karthik and Rupesh. What time is it? Time. Which is Rupesh, is it? And Karthik? Okay. But then I'm a bit unavailable. Can we do it at 1 o'clock? I think they have class. Do one thing, Karthik. I think they have class. Some of them have aptitude class at 1 o'clock. Check with them. Anytime is fine with me. Even if it is tomorrow, I'm fine. Just decide. And the thing is, one of you guys have to record both video and audio and upload it in our Google Classroom. Just ensure that technicality is taken care of. Screen record will not get the voice from my end, but only the person who is recording, right? Or you can record everyone's audio. Okay, and this has to be both video and audio, which means when you are logging in for Google Meet or Zoom, whatever it is, you will have to come in a video mode, not just your picture. Yeah. Okay. So, Karthik, you guys decide and tell me what time it is later, not right away. Just decide and tell me. Even tomorrow, it's fine. Okay. Rupesh, 4:15 is confirmed, huh? Okay, Rupesh. Chalo, okay. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on Monday, all of you.